Hello, everybody. I guess it's good afternoon now. So, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Faith and Home Diaries, aka Veronica. This is going on Facebook and YouTube. So, that's why I said Faith and Home Diaries. And so, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Okay, good. When I first attempted to come on, I did not have any sound. So here I am. I'm back. So I don't want to tag everybody again because people get annoyed with being tagged all the time. So I'm not going to tag people in this video. But I do want to come on and I want to talk to you guys about discipline. And discipline in your business is more towards like business tips and discipline. But we can also talk about discipline in your personal life too. Because the truth is you've got to get your personal life in order before you can get your business in order. Does that make sense? Because I'm telling you, if I don't got my personal life in order or my spiritual life, not just my personal life, but my spiritual life too, because in and above everything, God has got to be first. Amen. So, um, but we've got to get not only just our spiritual personal life, but our spiritual life. We've got to get our personal and spiritual life in order first before we can successfully get our business life in order, right? Because if you're sleeping all day and your house is a mess, your personal life is out of order. That's just that's it in the nutshell, okay? So if you want to get your business in order, you first have got to get your personal life in order, and even above that, you've got to get your spiritual life in order. Because I mean, I'm on my Facebook and I'm also streaming this on YouTube. So, um, so like if you are stuck in any kind of like sinful pit, you're not going to feel good enough about yourself. You're not going to feel good enough about your life, and you're certainly not going to feel good in your business, right? So you've got to get your spiritual life together by putting God first. God is first above everything. There's times where I'm like, I just want to get this done, but then I'm like, I have to put God first. And I always remind myself that even if I were to spend 2 or 3 hours with the Lord, and sometimes He's done that. Sometimes He has had me really study, like I really study His Word every day. But sometimes He takes me deeper in His Word, or sometimes He'll take me deeper in prayer and just sitting at His feet. And I could be sitting there for 2 hours, maybe three, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because my work is going to be there when I am done. But I have got to first seek His face. So I know, there's different types of beliefs, especially on YouTube. And so I know you're looking for business tips, but me being a Christian, I am going to give you everything in your business, your personal life, your spiritual life, Christianity. So, um, but stick around because the business tips are coming. The business discipline tips are coming. But what I'm saying is that if you want to get your business in order, you've got to get your personal life in order. And I'm telling you why. Because if you don't have your personal life in order, your business is definitely going to be out of order. And I'll give you another example again, well, the same example, but a few others. Like I said, if you're up all night and you're sleeping all day, you're not in order. You are not in order unless you choose to live like that, where you sleep all day and you work all night, which is not really good, especially when you got to, like, if you're in a reselling business like myself and you got to take pictures and you depend on natural light to get those pictures done, that ain't happening at night. That's got to happen at like during the day. So, I thought about like doing everything at night because I was a night owl for a while, and I'm like, well, maybe I just need to be a night person and just do everything at night and sleep during the day. But you know what? God never intended for us. I mean, you can decide for yourself what you're going to do, but I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to put it out there. God never intended for us to be up working at night. We are to be resting at night, not being a night owl, staying up all night and sleeping all day. And especially if you are aiming to get your work done in the daytime and you're sleeping half the day, it ain't working. It is not working. You've got to discipline yourself by getting to bed on a decent time, getting up on a decent time, putting the Lord first if you're a follower of Jesus, and then go about your work day. But you've got to get your personal stuff in order before you can get your business in order. Now, does that mean, am I saying that we got to be perfect? No, absolutely not. Nobody is perfect. Nobody will ever be perfect until we see Jesus face to face and go to be with him. But while we're on this earth, we are not going to be perfect. And we're always going to be working on something. We're always going to be working on something. I just recently got my office in order, all of my supplies. I got everything organized, my office organized. And it really helped me ordering an organization wall hanger thingy. And so that really encouraged me to get moving and getting my office and inventory and all of that stuff organized, and that helped me. And I was just recently this morning, I was putting everything in a specific spot so it looks nice, and I was thinking to myself, I got to be disciplined if I want to keep this organization of everything being organized and I want my business to flow. I've got to learn to discipline myself. I got to learn that when I'm done using something, to put it back where I found it. Like your parents say when you're a child and you want to play with toys and they say, "Oh, make sure you put that back where you've got it from," right? It's so true, because if you have a messy house, for example, I mean, I'm only sharing from experience. Okay, I had to really work on myself on learning to keep my place clean and keep up with my chores while running a business. And you know what? If you have to pick a day of the week, one day of the week, you should be doing your chores every day. A little here, a little there. But if you're keeping up with the chores, then you won't have an extreme amount of chores that you got to do every single day if you keep it up, right? But if you're not keeping it up, then you're going to have this overwhelming amount of chores that you got to do, and you're already late getting your listings done for your business or whatever it is that you got to do for your business. You're already late getting those done because you got to get this done. You got to get yourself in order. And to do that, you need discipline. Make sense? So you got to, and you know what? It starts with your sleeping patterns. It really does. It starts with your sleeping patterns. You're not going to be able to stay up until 3 in the morning and get up at 11 or 1 and expect to accomplish a lot in your day. It's not going to work. An hour, we got to learn how to do time management. An hour these days to me seems like it's 5 minutes. An hour passes by and it seems like 5 minutes. It's only been 5 minutes, but it's been an hour. Time is precious, and we are wasting time when we don't practice discipline. And if you are not practicing discipline, you're not going to have your personal life, your spiritual life, let alone your business. It's all going to be out of order. It's going to be out of order. So my biggest struggle in the past little while was to make sure that I get to bed by a certain time and get up by a certain time. So that way I can, when I get up, I can have my Bible time and my prayer time with the Lord. And then I can go starting to work out. Maybe not every day, but maybe every other day, because I'm not going to feel like it every day, but at least every other day after my prayer time. Maybe make myself a smoothie, go work out, and then come back and get ready to start my work. And so you really need discipline to do that, because if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're going to bed at 1 in the morning and you expect to get up at 6 o'clock a.m., that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You're going to be feeling lazy. You're going to be dragging, and you're going to be, oh, I just feel so tired. I should be working when I feel so tired. So instead, because you feel tired, because you didn't get enough hours of sleep, you're sitting there, you're scrolling TikTok next. So we've got to learn discipline. We've got to learn discipline, and that starts with our habits. That starts with our sleeping habits. You know, my thing that I like to do is after my prayer, either before I go work out or after I get back from working out, is you should do a tidy up every night anyway. If there's anything out of place, you should do a nightly routine tidy up, so that way everything is back in the place the next morning. So that way you're not going to waste an hour doing dishes or doing whatever. And after you whether you pray or you don't, or study your Bible or you don't, well, you should if you're a Christian, but if you're not, you're just going to start your day, right? But instead of spending 2 hours just to clean up before you get your work done, you've got to discipline yourself to clean up after yourself. You got to discipline yourself to put things back where you get it from, where it belongs. And so I always encourage myself to do a nightly tidy up and put everything that's out of place, put it back before I go to bed. And then that way, the next day, it's fresh. I'm not wasting an hour or even 30 minutes of my time trying to clean up the next day so I can get ready for work. Because let me tell you, if everything is a mess, I'm not going to want to do my business. I'm not going to want to do my work. If my desk is a mess, if my table is a mess, if my entire apartment is a mess, I'm not going to want to feel like doing my work. Even if my kitchen is a mess, I'm not going to want to do my work. I'm not going to, because you got to clean up that mess before you even start doing your work. So you got to discipline yourself. And the other thing I want to get on, I felt like I've been on there a little too long, is you got to show up every day. You got to show up every day. You cannot treat your business like a hobby where I'll do it when I feel like it. Because let me tell you something. At first, I treated my business like a hobby. I only did it when I felt like it. Oh, I don't feel like doing this today. I'm just going to sit and scroll TikTok or whatever. And so, and then, of course, sales were slow. And so I know that when you put in a lot of hard work, when you show up every day, even if you don't feel like it, even if you don't feel like showing up every day, but you show up and you do all the hard work that is necessary to be done, then I'm not saying it's always going to be the case, but better chances of you actually making some extra sales, right? You're not going to make sales if you treat your business like a hobby. It's like my camera, for example. I like to do photography, so once in a while I feel like taking my camera out and going taking some nature shots and stuff like that. It's not every day. It's only once in a while because it's a hobby, right? Some days I feel like playing my keyboard, and some days I don't. Some days I feel like playing my guitar, and some days I don't. That's a hobby. And it's also, it's a gift that the Lord's given me as well, but it's also a hobby, right? I only play it when I feel like it. And we've got to stop treating our business based on how we feel, because if we base everything on how we feel, we're not going to get anything done. We're not going to get anything done. I mean, look at an actual employee. Do they feel like going to work every day? Do they, is there not days where you, if you work as an employee, is there not days where you just feel like, oh, I just want to stay in my bed and be comfortable and sleep longer and I don't want to go to work today? Is there days that you feel like that? Absolutely. But do you get away with it? No. You will not get away with it, because you will get fired if you do. Or you get warnings and then you'll get fired if you keep it up. So the same thing goes with your home business. You got to treat your home business. And don't get me wrong, it's fun to be your own boss. But if you start slacking and just doing your work in your business only when you feel like it, if I feel like it today, I'll do some work. You're not going to see the fruit. There's nothing. There's nothing. If you do not sow in a garden, if you do not plant seeds in the garden, it's not going to reap, because it does not plant itself. It takes a lot of hard work. If you sow, I don't know, seeds, flowers, fruits, vegetables, and you sow constantly, then you're going to reap what you sow. You're going to see your fruits and vegetables or your flowers that you planted. Right? But you're not going to see that if you treat your business like a hobby. And if I feel like it, I might do some listings today. No. If you really want to be successful, you got to show up every day. It's discipline, you guys. It starts with getting to bed on time the night before, getting up early that day, and putting the Lord first if you're a believer, and showing up to work even if you don't feel like it. It's discipline. And it's discipline when you put everything that you use that day back where it belongs. We've got to discipline ourselves. And that includes, like I said, in your personal life, you got to stay on top of your home chores, right? So that way you do not have to, if you have to give yourself a day out of your business to do home chores, then pick one day and get them done, but stay on top of them, so that way you can stay on top of your business. Because if your house is messy, you're not going to feel like working. If my house is messy, I don't feel like doing anything because it's messy. If my table's messy and my desk is messy, I don't want to clean it up and then do my work. I just don't want to do it. So you've got to discipline yourself and stay on top. So I'm going to take you guys on a little tour of my new office, because I really don't have anything more to say about discipline. Just basically, you got to get your personal life in order before you can get your business in order. If you're staying up all night and sleeping half the day, it's not going to work for you. I tried it and I felt awful. I felt terrible. And I'm like, it was even a chore to even put the Lord first, because if I got up at 11 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, oh, my day is half gone and I still got to put some time with the Lord, and I just don't feel like it right now. You actually are more tired during that day, even though you might have slept a little bit longer. You might have been up all night, but you still slept a little bit longer. Your day just drags and you're tired and you don't feel like doing a thing. So you've got to discipline yourself. So come with me. One quick second. Oopsie. Okay, we're coming to take a little tour of my office. So it's really neat that everything is organized. There's my desk. So everything is looking orange because of the light. So just ignore all the orange. Oopsie. Okay. So yeah, all of everything's organized. I have thumbtacks or push tacks, paper clips, and safety pins in that container there. And just a few extra things at the top. All of my books and my binders are organized. My desk is pretty much organized. I'm going to drop my computer. This is really hard because I have to use. Oopsie. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, so my desk is organized. This tray here is just all of the things that needs to be done, but I think I'm going to put it back on top so that way I can see it because it's kind of hiding. Some more books down there. We're not going to look at my kitchen right now. I got myself a little tea and coffee bar right here. So that's already. And then from here on is all of my supplies. So I have my shipping scale right there. Right here, I have what I started off as making customer contact cards. Because I do like if you get like 5 orders or 4 orders, your 5th one will get free shipping or 50% off, depending. And then I have all of my supplies. Everything is so orange. There we go. All of my supplies are in there. And then I have stacked up supplies here. All of these down here are just like cardboard, lint brush, little bags, labels, stickers, price tags. Oh, shouldn't be there, but it is for now. And over here I have like little like label stickers for my bags. Up here, this is kind of like my shipping station. So I use this ironing board to obviously iron items, and I also use it. I bring it out and put it right here. So that way, if I'm shipping or packaging something, I can package it on that table right here where all of my supplies are, and I don't have to like drag everything all the way over to the table. So I got this here. Thank you notes, thank you cards right there. All of my clear poly bags. And up here I have poly mailers, label printer paper. And then of course over here I have the printer, some books, some more paper. So it looks nice. It's organized for the most part. Some of the bags are out of order a little bit, but I'm working on it. And so, if you really want to keep up with your business, you've got to discipline yourself and put things back when you are done. And that way, everything is where it should be. Oh yeah, and back here are all of my shipping boxes. So I got some shipping boxes there. Just used boxes. I got 4 boxes today from Dollarama. They for their shipments that they got. So they just put them in a big box, and I said, "Can I take some? I could really use it for my business." And so they let me take them. So yeah, that's my office. It looks nice. So I'm just gonna put this back up here now. All right. Sorry, guys. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I gave you guys a tour of, shoot. Okay. What's going on here? There we go. Hang on a second, guys. My screen will be back in a minute. Sorry about that. So anyway, yeah, so I gave you guys a bit of a tour of my office. It is a little bit orange because of the overlight. But yeah, you just got to keep yourself disciplined. It's a daily thing. And like if there's some days where you've been working hard, you've been going and doing this, the different stuff that you have to do, and you need that extra rest, then that's fine. Take that rest. But don't stay there. Don't be resting all the time where you only do your business when you feel like it. Sometimes, sometimes I just do so much. I have so much going on that sometimes I feel a little bit burnt out and I need to take a day of rest once in a while. And that's why we rest on Sundays. That's why I try not to work on Sundays. I don't really, actually. Maybe it's been a couple of times that I did, but that's why God gave us Sundays, so that we're not constantly working and that we do have a day that we can rest and just be restored for the next day. So if there's a day that you find like, I'm a little bit burnt out here, because if you have other like commitments to like church or whatever, you got, like, for example, myself, I have Wednesday nights on the worship team, Thursday nights worship practice, Sunday morning worship practice in church, and then sometimes Sunday night. I don't always go every Sunday night because I just need that time of rest. And so, but if there's a day that you just feel like you're just feeling a little burnt, then yes, take that day and just rest. Sometimes we just need a day to rest and reflect and just sit at his feet. But we've got to remember to sit at his feet every day, putting him first, and not just once a day. But I'm not coming on here just to talk about like Christianity, because I know not everybody on YouTube is Christian, is a follower of Jesus, and that's okay. I believe that you will eventually at one point, but I'm not here to push that on you. But I'm, as myself being a Christian, I'm going to relate as a Christian. So, but yeah, sometimes you just gotta rest, but don't just stay there. Don't just do your business when you feel like it, because otherwise the sales are only going to come in when you feel like it, right? What you reap, you will sow. If you reap little, you're going to sow little. If you reap a lot, you're going to sow a lot. And so you got to keep that in mind. But you got to get your personal life disciplined first and get that in order, and then your business will flourish. It's a daily practice of discipline, right? So I hope that was encouraging. That's really all I have, just basic talk about discipline. So you guys have a good day, and I'm going to count us out with a 30-second countdown. Have a good day. Talk to you soon, and God bless.